Okay, my brothers and sisters, let's get this revolution get kicked off. All right, so welcome to what I'm lovingly calling the revolution orientation to kind of get us all focused and give us a structure that we can all work from to get this revolution kicked off because we got our work cut out for us. Now, if you haven't noticed, okay, our government is bought and paid for, and they are working with corporations to make sure that they get what they want and advance their agenda. And the reason why they're getting away with it is because we are allowing it. We are consenting to give our power away. This is very important to understand. We're the ones with all the power. And the reason why they're getting away with it is because we're giving them our power, right? So let's start this revolution with the understanding that this has nothing to do about marching in the streets. It has nothing to do about violence. It has it has more to do with getting our house in order. This is House America. This is our house. And I'm coming to you from a standpoint that in this house, we all need to come to the kitchen room table, come to the kitchen table, right? Sit down and have a talk about what we're going to do to keep our house in order. Uh, the revolution will be us agreeing that we are not each other's enemy, understanding who the real enemy is, right? It will also have to do with what we need to do to take our power back. So, in order to take our power back, we first got to understand what it is. What are the two components of power? Those two components being very important is knowledge and love. That's right, love. Now, we all understand the knowledge part, knowledge and understanding. There's two sides of knowledge: knowledge of the inside, know thyself, knowledge of the outside, how the world works, what's going on. As far as love is concerned, there's two sides of love: love on the inside and love on the outside. You can't love others unless you really love yourself. The reflections of each other, both on the knowledge and the love aspect. Important to understand that these two components relates to our hearts and our minds, right? Say when our military goes and needs to take over another country or whatever it is, whatever colonization stuff they do, whatever imperialistic stuff they do, their order of business is what? Hearts and minds. Win over hearts and minds, because then you can control the people. That's what they do in us too, right here in our own country. Hearts and minds. So, one of the things that's happening right now that is increasing our knowledge, you could say the great awakening is happening, right? People are opening their eyes to the way the world really works. And hopefully that also translates into learning about themselves, who they are, what we're capable of, our real power, so to speak. And these politicians and corporations are working really hard. They're working overtime almost right now to make sure they censor the hell out of everything so you don't know stuff, right? That keeps us ignorant. On the love side, these corporations and governments are working hard to make sure we're constantly divided and fighting each other. They need these two things because this is sucking our power away, right? So, in order to get our power back, we need to focus on knowledge and understanding, which is happening. A lot of things have opened people's eyes, right? Whether it's 9/11 or this COVID junk, a lot of people are opening their eyes, and this is great. And let's continue to do that. Now, from a love standpoint, there's some things that we can do immediately to turbocharge our power. What can we do? So, if you look at love, one of the most important aspects, I mean, there's a few, but right now I think the operating aspect is unity, right? We need to be united. What do they say? A house divided is a house fallen, or however that goes. You tell me. I can't remember how that one goes, but I think we all understand that, right? If we're not together, we're gonna be taken advantage of. So they're working overtime on keeping us divided. So I'm going to suggest a challenge that we can use to bring out the unity, bring out the love, bring out the empathy. And what this challenge basically is to go against this left-right division that's killing us. We're actually, I don't believe, as divided as the media makes it seem. If you listen to them, they're always talking about Republicans versus Democrats, Republicans versus Democrat. This is like the core of their division. There's other divisions too, like race or whatever. But this is what they need to do, and they're doing a pretty good job at it. And a lot of us have consented to play this game, right? I call it the big dumb game, right versus left. Guess who's going to win this game? Not you. The people that control our government and these elites, they're winning this game by us consenting to play um, right versus left all the time. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. But it is imaginary. So I'm going to plead with people. Will you please stop playing the big dumb game because it's dangerous. We all lose when we play that game. So think about it. Let's get out of that mode. So one of the things that we can do right now is to agree to unite, right? It sounds nice, but I'm going to talk real stuff right here. So I can't make people get along, right? But I can challenge them to, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge specifically the conservatives, okay, to express love for the liberals. Now, I don't know about you, but I love all y'all. I can see positives and negatives in both sides. Go figure. Ain't none of y'all better than the other side, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, it seems like some of the people on the left think they're so much better than the people on the right. Like I've heard some pretty nasty comments to my conservative brothers and sisters. And the government's capitalizing on that because they know they need to keep the conservatives under control because they're the ones guarding our house, right? Look at it this way, because this is the way it is. The conservatives are a male expression, and the liberals are a female expression. This gets back to these natural law concepts. You may be familiar with the term duality, right? Look, this whole liberal and conservative thing has been around forever. It's an expression of who we are. Sometimes you need conservatives. Sometimes you need the liberals. But at the end of the day, in order for our house America to be successful and to grow, we need to have a balance of the two. We need to have y'all working together. All this division is artificial. It's not even real. The media is doing this to make sure you stay divided, okay? So we clear on that, right? So this is what I want. Really, I want everybody to do it, but to be honest with you, I'm holding you people on the right responsible for initiating a truce with your liberal brothers and sisters because you present male. And say what you want, but it's in my belief that the male energy needs to do the approach. Okay, what's the symbol for male? Right, it's like an arrow, which is like moving forward, like taking action. So that's why it's up to you. So what do I mean? What am I asking you specifically to? What am I challenging you to do? It's very simple. Very simple. I'm asking you, okay, to express love, right? So some of you folks on the right are Christians. I'll be honest with you, I personally am not a Christian. I don't do religion, all right? I do the basis of religion, natural law, which your guy Jesus would, I'm sure, be 100% on board with, right? In fact, really any religion is going to appreciate the laws of the universe that control everything. Look, the laws of the universe and natural law, it's like physics, right? Nobody owns physics. No religion owns natural law concepts. But I tell you this, these people who are running this stuff, they do, right? So we need to raise our game and play on their level. That's why this is really important. So my brothers and sisters on the right, if you really do understand what Jesus is telling you, he's telling you that you have the power of God within you. I know a lot of you, a lot of the spiritual folks, I consider myself just more spiritual, right? We can all agree with that, right? We have the power of really intelligent infinity right here, just waiting to be deployed in this situation. We have an opportunity right now to really make heaven on earth. The situation that's going on right now, I know this might be a little bit controversial, but you know, the whole cosmos is looking at this situation. Who's going to win? Is it going to be us or is it going to be them? Because it hasn't been determined yet, because we haven't activated. So I'm asking you to activate that power of love that you have in you. If you believe you do, if you believe, say, Jesus and what he's teaching, I'm asking you to put your money where your mouth is, right? So understand how crucially important it is for this expression of love to offset this fear. And this fear is killing us all. So maybe one thing, maybe one way you can put it is to record, like using your phone or your webcam, record a little video, right? Telling your liberal brothers and sisters that you love them. Do you? Or are you going to listen to the media telling them that they hate you? You know, don't listen to them, because your liberal brothers and sisters need you, whether they know it or not. You actually need them too. We all need each other. So you need to make the first step. Say something like, hey, to my liberal brothers and sisters, I'm a conservative, but I don't hate you. My liberal brothers and sisters, I'm a conservative, but I need you. If all the liberal people disappeared, this would not be a good place. It wouldn't be balanced. Hey, maybe if you're even a liberal, you could make a video expressing that you love your conservative brothers and sisters. Maybe you can think of a personal situation where you've been divided from family or loved ones because of politics, right? Artificial bullshit, right? Maybe you can say, say you have a brother, right? Say your brother Bobby. You fell out because, you didn't want to wear a mask and he wanted to get the vaccine and now he hates you because whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Let him know that you love them. You could also take it the next step and ask them to be on your team. Ask them to unite with you, because you recognize that your brother Bobby is not your enemy. Your enemy are the people that control this government. It's actually politicians. I mean, the media, they don't give a damn about us, but I won't go into that more. So I'm gonna stick to the challenge. The challenge is to express love. I'm thinking of this like Democrats and Republicans together, dart, right? I'm thinking of it like we owe ourselves this. We actually owe our children to step up and take responsibility for setting this stuff straight, right? By the way, if there's any young people listening, I want to express an apology to you, okay? Because you've been very negatively affected by these things that have been going on. I owe you an apology on behalf of adults for not paying attention, for not protecting you more, for not being more involved in what's going on in your schools, right? We didn't protect you from these people that are putting out these viruses. That is our job, and we fell short, and I apologize for that. So adults, we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to our children, we owe it to their children's children to get active right now and kick off this love-based revolution. Again, I know it sounds hokey, but if you can do it, watch what happens. watch what happens when you unleash the power of love, of God. This unity will scare the mess out of these people, and we'll come out on top. And we can set forth government and institutions that work for the people, that are not owned by these elites and these bankers, right? I want to make sure that in the future history books, the history books read, and the Americans finally got their house in order and took care of business, right? So we can get what we want. Because this Star Trek future that's awaiting us is really right there for the taking. When I say Star Trek future, I'm talking about, you know, so like, I'm talking about, what am I talking about? Star Trek future. I don't even know if I want to get into all that right now. But what we have awaiting for us, I think, is truly incredible. And I'm excited. I really am very excited, because I think we're going to make this happen. I really think it's a done deal. And one reason I say that is because I'm just like surprised at how hard these corporations, this government is working. It's like, what are they afraid of? You know, they're afraid of this. They're afraid that we're going to get our shit together. We're going to get unified and do what needs to be done. Now, whatever that may be, you can decide, but I can guarantee you we're going to be much closer there when we bring out the power of love, which cannot be underestimated. All right, so with that said, I look forward to seeing you conservatives. I'm looking forward to seeing your videos, your messages of expressions of love. Make it happen. You can do it.